So I just recently installed Beekeeper Studio. Actually, I installed it a while ago. So I'm just going to show you guys what Beekeeper Studio is. Now, Beekeeper Studio is very much similar to MySQL Workbench that I have reviewed way back, which is also a database management studio, or a database management application. So after installation, you have here new connection. So we will be prompt with our new connection. Then I don't know if you can see it, but we have here several options. I'll be selecting, by the way, MariaDB. Okay. So after selecting MariaDB, you will be asked for its credentials or its details. So we have here MariaDB. Okay. So host and port, localhost. Okay. For the host name, again, by default, it's just localhost. Okay, port 3306. Then user, okay, let's specify root. Okay, for password, that's it. And then default databases, okay, so let's try to leave it blank because let's try to create our own database. Okay, then let's try to test if it's going to work. Okay, test. Now, as you've noticed, we have here a prompt. It's connection looks good. It means we are successfully connected. Then let's try to connect. Okay, so we have now successfully connected to our database. So how will we know if we are successfully connected to our database with Beekeeper Studio? Okay, so in the drop down here on the upper left part, okay, so you have here the icon of your database. You have here CCCHR, MySQL, test. Okay, let's try to select for the meantime MySQL. Now, after selecting MySQL, you can see this tables. Okay, there's plenty of tables here. If we're going to click this arrow, you have here the properties or its columns. You have here host, DB user, and so on. Okay, DB name and so on. Okay, that's the different fields or the different columns. Okay, let's also try to select this one, HR. Okay, so HR is actually one of the pet projects or one of my pet projects that I'm currently working on. So we have already agency, so you have ID, and so on. Okay, now let's try to use this test database. Okay, so as you can see, there's no tables to it yet, but okay, it's blank, so that's actually how it will look if it doesn't have any tables yet. Okay, so let's try to create this time our database. Okay, so you can actually click this button plus sign. Okay, so you will be asked database name. Also you have here the encoding and so on. Okay, so let's try to select try to use Beekeeper Studio. Okay, let's try to use this one for our test database, and let's try to click add. Now, as you've noticed, you already have here. Okay, let's try to refresh. Let's click refresh, and okay, so it's somehow not yet showing. It should show somewhere here our database. Okay, but okay, so we have here on top, that's the topmost part of our database list. Okay, so we have here Beekeeper Studio. Now this time, let's try to click, or let's try to add a table. Okay, so we have here by clicking this plus sign, we have here untitled table. So let's try to make address book. Okay, so we have your ID auto increment. Okay, but this is a good thing actually because it's already here by default, nullable and so on. So this is set to primary key. Okay, created at timestamp. Okay, so what if we wanted to add a column? Okay, or a field? Okay, let's try to click this plus sign. Okay, let's try to put maybe first name, then varchar 25 nullable. Yeah, so pick nullable. We try to add another one. Okay, so make it last name. Okay, you can specify also the different data types. Okay, you have auto increment, bit, and so on. You can also change the value to, let's say, maybe let's try to make this one as 100. Okay, then let's try to change this one to 50. Oh, make it 150. Okay. By the way, this one database, this particular database management studio, Beekeeper Studio, is not free. You have here, we need to buy a license, so we can only use this one for 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm just giving a quick review. So we already have here first name and last name if for our columns. Okay, so this is our table name. This is the different fields on our column. Okay, so let's try to save our database. Okay, that's actually adding query. Okay, very much similar to your other Windows application. You can just press Control S on your keyboard, or you can you can just press Control S. So I already have it here with me. Address book, and we have your ID created at first name and last name. Now let's say for example you wanted to perform a query. So again, by default we have it here Beekeeper Studio. Okay, it means that we are using currently Beekeeper Studio database. So we have here query 1. Okay, let's try to insert some records. Insert into address book. Okay, try to maybe first name, last name, values. I'll try to select Charles. Okay, I'm a big fan of X-Men, so Savior. Okay, try to add another one. Try to add around 3 values. Then next we have here John, Logan. Okay, and then Scott. Okay, let's try to run our query. Save. Okay, we have here our button save. Okay, you can use this query for future use, or you can just click run. Okay, so in our case, just try to click run. Okay, query. No results. 1 rows affected. See the select box in the bottom left for more query results. Okay, so let's try to execute another query. So let's just try to erase. Okay, then select all from address book. Okay, then try again to click run. Okay, so we have here the results displayed at the bottom. Okay, so those are some actually of the very basic features of Beekeeper Studio. So you have here edit. Okay, nothing special here as you can see. View. Okay, ultimate tools. You can actually create a database backup and restore, export data. Now, this is just a very basic database management tool. No, not much features. Unlike, let's say, for example, MySQL Workbench, wherein you can create ER diagram, and you can convert it easily to tables. This is just very basic, as you notice. This is just a very basic tool that we can use to connect to our database. Okay, so this is actually again Beekeeper Studio. This is just quite nice. Another good thing about this one is it's just quite light. Okay, when I say light, it means it loads really fast. So if you don't have a powerful computer, maybe you can use this one for a couple of weeks. If not, then maybe you can just switch to PHPMyAdmin, which is even faster, because again you can actually just install it. It comes pre-installed if you're using XAMPP. Now, if you're using Laragon, you can just use HiDSQL, which is again comes pre-installed once you download Laragon. Okay, so again, this is just a quick review of what Beekeeper Studio is. Now, if you like the content of my blog, again guys, I'm blogging again, kindly just hit the like and subscribe button. Okay, thanks.